Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Niners heading out behind their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy, of course, sat behind Tom Brady for much of his tenure in New England. Won his first 5 starts as a Niner in 2017, then the injury last year. So still some question marks surrounding number 10 out there under center. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Here we go.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called. Fire out and smack people.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. 57. Mike 57. Oh, you got 14. 14. Got it.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are, but that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This is how the defense will look for San Francisco. And they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 9 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On third down, Carson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Show it up. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
They run with Travis Homer, the rookie from Miami. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Got it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. The 30. And a super return as he gets this all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 57, Mike 57. I hope you brought your left.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Out of the shotgun, Breida, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 38, Garoppolo got it complete to Rodgers. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw is Garoppolo, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Yes, and he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
Well, I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. From the 27, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
50 seconds to move. 50 seconds to Mike. 6 man.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw.
Hey, go.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Here we go, G, get off the field.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He'll find Taylor, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Here we go.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Check 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
57 to Mike. Reload. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Under 10. Watch safety quick. 12.
They run again with Carson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
57. Take me up. Here we go. 57's right. 19. 65. Watch the safety creep.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Forced out to Wilson, hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They run with Breida. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Here we go. 180. Check that.
This is Breida. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
That's how you do it.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.